Hi everyone, this is Miss Tang, and today we're going to be looking at visualizing. So this is one of the Super 6 comprehension strategies. So with visualizing, what you are learning to do is to create an image in your head from a text that you've either read or you've viewed or you've heard, and to be able to describe this image. So the reason why we're learning to visualize is because good readers use visualization to better understand what they're reading. Okay, so for our criteria today, you will need to be able to create an image in your head by using clues, the words from the text, and be able to accurately describe a picture or an image that you have made in your head, and then be able to use the 5 senses to create this image and be able to describe that. Okay, so visualizing, so this means that we're going to have a look at creating an image in your head while you're reading, an image in your head that reflects what the characters, the events, the topics, or the information that is in the text, and then being able to describe what that looks like. So being able to use our 5 senses, like what we can see, the sound we can hear, the smell, the touch, the taste, and be able to use that to picture, be able to use that to describe, and also be able to picture in your head what it looks like. Okay, so for example here, you could use the sense of sight. So the ugly troll was fat and green, his nose was large and his eyes were mean. So you could use this language to imagine what that would look like. Okay, and in the text, it could also say, he roared, he grumbled, he stomped around, his deafening footsteps shook the ground. So you could use that and kind of imagine what that would sound like. Okay. And then if it says something like, his smell was worse than moldy cheese, he reeked of dirt and lice and fleas. So that tells you what it might smell like. So you can imagine that. And also here as well, his skin was coarse, his nose had bumps, his scalp was covered in rock-like lumps. So that is a sense of what it might feel like. Okay, so you're using different clues and different sentences that, or descriptions that the author has used to create an image in your head about what that character might look like, or what is happening in the scene, or where they are, etc. So what you're going to do is you are going to have a read of either your own book that you're reading, or a script that I will provide for you in the next couple of slides, and then you can use that to read it and visualize what's happening in your head. Okay, so this is what you are going to be working on. So it says, visualizing is when you see the ideas you are thinking about inside your head. This often happens when you read, remember, think, or listen to someone talking to you about something they saw or did. So choose a part of the text that was important to you. Okay, so whatever you read, if you're already reading a book at the moment, or you have a look at the script that I'm going to give you, think about what part was most important to you or most interesting to you, reread it, and try to visualize in your head what is happening. And then you are going to describe it or quote it. So you can describe what's happening, what you visualize, or you can quote it. So quote it means that you pick out a line from that text and you can write it in here. Okay. And then after that, you are going to write in, what do you see? What do you feel? What do you hear? And then you can draw what you imagined in your head. So here is a script that you can use, and it's called Solar Force 5. You can have a read of that and see if you can visualize in your head what is happening. If that is a little bit challenging, then you can do level 1. So level 1 is where you have a read. It could be of this script, it could be of your own book, and then all you need to do is write or draw some of the things that you come up with in your head. So what could you see? What could you touch? What could you smell, hear, and taste? For a level 3, if you'd like to extend yourself and have a bit of a challenge, then I would like you to challenge yourself by seeing if you can do a good, great, amazing, or fabulous visualization. Okay, so good visualization means that you will create the image in your head and you'll describe it or you'll draw the image. A great visualization is where you accurately describe and you also label the picture with all the things that you're with all the different clues that you've used in the text. An amazing visualization is where you use all the different senses to create the image and be able to describe what happened, be able to label it, and be able to elaborate. So expand on your sentences when you are describing what is happening in that text, and also be able to draw on your prior knowledge. So what can you use from your own experiences to help with your visualization? A fabulous visualization is where you use the senses to create the image, where you describe and draw the images, you label it, you elaborate on it. Okay, so for example, in drawing a wizard's bedroom, it includes items such as a wand and broomstick, not described in the text, but because you're visualizing the wizard's bedroom, you think, oh, well, I know that wizards might have wands or broomsticks, so you just draw it in there anyway, and you're using your own prior knowledge. You didn't say in the text, but you're adding those extra things into your drawing or to your description. And being able to write detailed descriptions of the characters, the settings, and the events that are in your paragraph or your sentences when you're describing what you're visualizing in your head. Okay? All right, off you go. Happy visualizing.